Welcome back to Answers Excel Academy. Today I'll be showing you how to generate important insights from your data set using pivot tables in Excel. This is going to be an introductory tutorial on pivot tables. It's going to be basic fundamentals on how to prepare the pivot table and how to use it to generate important insights. In my data set over here, as you can see, I have sales information for vehicles that I'm selling. I have the type of vehicle, the model, the date it was sold, the sales amount, employee ID, and the location in which it was sold. I'm going to use this information to create a pivot table so I can gather insights on this data and actually use it for strategic decisions. So the first thing I want to do, as with any other data set, is I want to convert this into a table. So I'm just going to click anywhere and go to Control T, and that's going to convert it into a table. Now my table does have headers, so I'm going to keep this selected over here and press OK. And I'm going to get rid of the filter button. I just personally don't like it. And once I'm happy with my table, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name the table. This can be very important, especially if you're going to take this table externally, or for example, take it into Power Query. I'm just going to call it sales. And what I'd like to do now is I'm going to go into Insert, and I'll insert a pivot table. So it's going to be from this sales table. I'm going to choose the existing worksheet, and I'm going to have the pivot table right over here in I1, and I'll go ahead and press OK. Now with this pivot table, what I'd like to see is what's going on with my sales in terms of the locations of the sales, the years of the sales, and which model, which type of vehicle is outperforming the sales as well. So the first thing I'll do is I'm going to bring the years section into my rows so I can see the sales by years. The next thing I'll do is I'll bring the sales amount into my values so I can see the sales by year. So as you can see, 2024 we had a total of $916,000 worth of sales. After that, what I'll do is I will bring the type of vehicle into columns. So now I can see how we can see the different types of vehicles being sold as well, based on the year. So in 2024 hatchback, this was the total sale amount, 226,335. But we're still not yet there. Right now, we still need to process our pivot table further. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to bring the model into our rows as well. So now we can see the different models of the vehicle as well. So if we expand 2024, for example, we can see the different models and how they performed. And it's important to pay attention to the ordering. If I put model on top of years, as you can see, it's going to generate data like this, which is just very cumbersome to deal with. So I'm going to make sure that years is on top of model. And now once I've done that, I can kind of see my data, essentially what's going on. Now one more thing I need to do is I'm going to go ahead, right click, and go to show field list. I want to change the values over here to dollar format, to currency format. So I'm going to go ahead into value field settings and to show values as a number format, and I'm going to change it to accounting type and press OK. So now we can see the dollar format as well. So now I can see, for example, in 2025, the sedan sales were 230,099. And if we wanted to further see which sedan or which vehicle was doing how, we could actually expand 2025 and see all of the different vehicles. We can see, for example, the Luma City had sales of 44,000 in 2025. Now, further to this, to generate more insights, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a slicer into my pivot table as well. And I want to slice the data by type and by year as well. Or rather, I'll do it by location. I think that will be more insightful. And there we go. I have two slicers now, one for the type of vehicle and the other one for the location. So now I can actually filter by type and location as well. So I'm going to go ahead and actually insert a few columns right over here. so that I can fit my slicers nicely between my table and my pivot table. And now what I can do essentially is I can filter my data based on these slicers. So let's say I wanted to see the total sales of sedans in the North dealership. I can simply select sedans, go into North dealership, and I can see the total sales of sedans in the North dealership. Now, what if I wanted to see this by year? So let me add another slicer for years as well. Insert slicer for years. There we go. So now we have a slicer for all 3 years as well. I only need it for 2024 to 2026. So now I can go ahead and generate more information as well. So now let's say if I wanted to see the total sales for pickup trucks in the South dealership in 2025, let's see if I can actually generate this. So I can simply select pickup truck South dealership 2025, and I can see the grand total was just over 37,000, which means about one pickup truck was sold in the South dealership in 2025. Now, if I were to see the North dealership, for example, we can see we also had just about one pickup truck as well. So this can generate important information. We can also select multiple things. So let's say I wanted to select South dealership sales in 2026, but I wanted to see only for full-size and mid-size SUVs. So I can actually select full-size SUV, control and click on mid-size SUV, and I can see both together as well. So this is how you can use pivot tables to generate important insights on Excel. And these are basically the fundamentals of using pivot tables. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you shortly on the next video.